Hey guys, it's Cal, and today I wanted to ask the question that a lot of musicians have been asking lately: is rock and roll dead? Okay, so the question is rock and roll dead? To answer that, but in all seriousness, people have been saying that rock is dead for generations now. And rock and roll definitely is not as good as it used to be, or as common as it used to be. I'd say that the best time was in the 60s and 70s when groups like Led Zeppelin and Jimi Hendrix were still playing. They are some of the best ever. Over time, the genre has just started getting out of style, and people started listening to it less and less, and people have started playing it a lot less too. I think this started in the 80s. People started saying this around the time that Nirvana started coming around in the 90s. People say that they're not rock and roll, but I think they are. They have a very unique sound. And now to listen to rock and roll is to be a part of a minority. I know very few young people who actually listen to it or know bands and songs from this era. So I'm an example of a person who still listens to and even plays those songs from that classic era. I just ask that some of you guys should definitely branch out and listen to it. At least decide if you like it or not before you just neglect several decades of awesome music. I'd say that right now the rock situation could be worse. It's pretty bad, but there's still bands like the Foo Fighters who I really like. The Red Hot Chili Peppers are still playing. Even Led Zeppelin gets together every once in a while. Dave Grohl, the lead singer and guitarist of the Foo Fighters, came from being the drummer of Nirvana and started this own band. And I think that the Foo Fighters are a great example of a modern rock band. Their sound is very different from, say, the Rolling Stones or other classic rock bands, but it's still a part of the genre. That is, the wide umbrella of rock and roll. Some of my favorites from that era include Led Zeppelin, Rolling Stones, like I said, Jimi Hendrix. They have so much skill, I believe they are truly inspiring. Another problem with why rock and roll is starting to die out is because of the new digital age. People have less inspiration to learn instruments. And the new songwriting is more focused towards computers and beat machines instead of drums, things like that. So that's a problem for rock and roll. I really like playing guitar and piano and singing. I think some of you guys would definitely enjoy starting, so you should just try it out sometime. By the way guys, I'm not sure if you noticed, yesterday the Beantown Angler came out with a 50-second video. That means the channel has been going for a year straight of uploading every Sunday at 12 p.m. 1 year of weekly uploads is a very good benchmark. I'm about to reach that, but you guys should definitely go check out the Beantown Angler's second video. It's incredible. It'll be linked below.
A lot is shown on camera and in the videos, but a lot is also never shown. A lot of hours of editing and filming
Bro, it's pretty dark.
are unknown to you, the viewer, and how the channel started is also probably a mystery. This is the story of the Beantown Angler.
Hey guys, it's the Beantown Angler.
And how I went from not fishing too much to fishing being the #1 thing on my mind.
Thank you guys very much for watching today's video. I'll see you next week. Okay, so I just did a video on whether or not rock is dead. Here to comment is Greg Lane. So Greg, what do you think of this subject?
I think it's a great question if rock is dead or not. I think it was a great genre years ago, and people like myself and young Calidore here still love to listen to rock and roll music, and it is, I think, far better than any music that we have nowadays. But to answer your question, is rock dead? I'd have to say this. Baba Booey, Howard Stern's Howard's Baba Booey, Robert Quivers Granges.
Okay.
Yeah!
So I just did a video asking the question if rock is dead. Here to comment is Greg Lane. Thank you for being here, Greg. What do you think of the subject?
Well, Cal, thank you for having me, and I would like to say, I understand why you are questioning if rock is dead or not. Unfortunately, it really isn't a very big genre nowadays with the uprising in rap music and all that other garbage that you hear on the radio now. Rock is one of my favorite kinds of music. Obviously, Cal and I, we're both very big fans. We both love listening to... My personal favorite right now is 90s rock music, and I think all rock is good. I think it's a different time, more natural music. But to answer your question, is rock dead? I would have to say... Maybe is going to be my answer on that one. But, I mean, I think that there is a lot of, like, modern bands that are trying to get back in that rock industry and whatnot. So I really hope that it isn't dead, but I think right now it's on life support, maybe. But I think at any point you can bring it back. So, but it's a great question. Cal, thank you very much for having me.
Thank you very much, Greg. I have just one more question for
Yep.
you. If somebody told you that rock is trash, what would you say to them?
I wouldn't say anything to them because I'd just start beating them up. What I'd do first is I'd kick them low. If they were a male, I would kick them low because that is a great area to start a fight because it really renders them unable to fight from there because it is a very painful place to kick somebody.
Everybody,
dead at that
Greg Lane! I just wanted to ask that question because it is a very...
Baba Booey, Howard Stern's Robert Quivers